Welcome back, everybody. We are now episode 31 of the Unfunniest Podcast. UFP presents the Unfunniest Podcast. Now we're on 31.
Hello.
Let's talk. What about famous number 31s in sports history?
Frank Minifield,
Frank
cornerback
Minifield?
for the Cleveland Browns. Yes, that's the dog. That was the Hanford Dixon and Frank Minifield, the ones who started the dog, DAWG, dog for the Browns back in the mid-80s.
My cousin.
Talk about your Browns today, Mike?
No, let's not talk about the Browns today because
I got plenty to talk about with that. But Mike Piazza, Greg Maddux, Reggie Miller, Grant Fuhr, tons of them there. I forgot
Curtis
about
Joseph.
Cujo.
Yeah.
I forgot about my long lost cousin, Mike Piazza, on my grandmother's side. So did I ever tell you the story about when I bought a Piazza jersey when I was in college? And my grandmother, by the way, my mother's maiden name was Piazza, said, "Oh, you got one for the family. You got a jersey for the family name." I'm like, "Yep, sure, Grandma, that was it." But
let's not forget Brian Carnegie.
That's true. Linebacker himself, Mr. Brian Carnegie. Congratulations on finally getting all the kids out and graduated and on to good job. So congratulations, Brian and Paula and Brendan, on everything kind of went on this week in Northern Michigan. We don't want to, but we're going to have to start about that debacle. I think the Lions losing to the Rams. I think going into this game, none of us really thought the Lions, not that we didn't think we had a chance. We obviously thought they had a chance, but we didn't think they were legitimately going to win this game. Then you saw the team played pretty well the first half. They took the ball down. They played well. That Aiden Hutchinson interception where Stafford threw it right to him.
I don't know what Stafford was looking at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right it to him. And by the way, I thought not that he's not an athlete, but my God, Aiden Hutchinson looked like it was going to be a fat guy touchdown. He was running pretty slow and needed some serious oxygen at the end of that.
Yeah, it was a screen pass, and I think Stafford just rushed to it.
So I was waiting to see some of the online, criticisms of Campbell on the on that first not going for it and electing to go for the field goal, which our UFP good friend Jake Bates missed. I made notes that I agree with kicking the field goal there. I wanted to kick it. You're on the road, take the points, for crying out loud. It's a pretty rare miss by Jake Bates, but I was waiting for that to come back. Oh, you always go for it. Why don't you go for it again? Holy cow. No, you're on the road, take the points. And then
he did good the first half. I mean, he took the points.
I think
it was smart.
I don't know if somebody finally kind of looked at him and got to him a little bit and said, "Dude, you got to stop this crap. You're 0 for infinity on fourth downs this year." Of course, I'm exaggerating,
but they were 0 for 7.
Yeah, they were 0 for 7. But Stafford and the Rams took the ball, marched right down the field, and then he threw that pick to Hutch, and I'm like, "Wow, holy cow! That's not like Stafford-like."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it could be considered Stafford-like, but the way he's playing this year, it was not very Stafford-like at all. And then Hutch, like we said, goes down the field, runs out of gas. And the very next play, Goff throws an absolute dart to St. Brown. So that was a pretty good start. Yeah, and then they get the ball back. Stafford, they go for it, 2 straight times on fourth down, which led to Puka's first touchdown. I thought the Lions in the first half, probably the first quarter especially, I thought the offensive line was playing pretty well. I mean, there were some times that Goff was hanging on to the ball in typical Goff fashion, hanging on the ball too long, for one.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that, yeah.
Yeah, so, they started the game out really good. Then all of a sudden, on defense, they couldn't stop the run, which started to open up Stafford. And then you could see Stafford starting to get into a rhythm. You could see Stafford's confidence, not that he necessarily lacks confidence. You could see him start to gain his confidence back. When he's slinging the ball around, when he's doing no-look passes, you can just tell, I talk about this almost every week with arm angles, with the way he releases the ball, with the way he slings it per se. Dude, he got into a rhythm and get the you-know-what out of the way. You're not going to stop him. You're not going to stop Nakua. They're a machine. That being said, sorry, Mark, I interrupted you. We're kind of going through the timeline of the game.
No, I think that's legitimate. I think it was, I want to use a word, if I can use one word for this game, fractured. It just seemed like there was no.
I thought we were going to have to beep you out.
No, there was no flow to this game. It was Lions momentum, then back, and then obviously Lions had a 10-point lead in the third quarter, and then they just collapsed.
They battled. They really did. But again, a lot of mistakes, bad coaching.
So listen, I'll go back to they let Stafford get into a rhythm. And when you let Matt Stafford get into a rhythm, you're not going to stop him. That pass, that fade pass down the sideline, I don't even know if you can call it a fade pass. He dropped that ball. He threw that ball on a rope.
That was
Nakua.
a dime.
There is no cornerback, defensive back in the NFL that could possibly stay with him, and or even if he was on top of him, he could have intercepted or knocked that ball down. It was absolutely perfection on Matt Stafford to Puka Nakua. Just, it's almost left me speechless. I'm staring at the TV. I'm like, holy crap. Did he just drop that ball in there like that? But again, I mean, that's Stafford, man. It amazes me, this stupid town. I shouldn't say stupid town. How they just, there's probably over half the people in this town didn't like Stafford. Blah, 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 blah. The guy is, to use Jim's word, he is an elite quarterback. He didn't have criminy around him in Detroit. The people, the Matthew Stafford detractors, dude, you have nothing to say. You have nothing to say. He's won a Super Bowl. They have an off year after the Super Bowl, but they have repeatedly, him and McVay, if you want to use them as a tandem, they compete and they are at the top echelon of the NFL outside of the year after the Super Bowl every year. So they should have been in the Super Bowl last year. If you really look at it, I mean, they were one play away.
That's why I became a Detroit Lions fan. Seriously. Like,
Stafford?
I followed them. Georgia, they picked him up the first pick, first round.
Yeah.
I know.
He's just a class guy.
Sanchez was on the board. I'll tell you this, though. He a better player with the Rams than he was with the Lions, if you ask me.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But again, he has one of the, I'm going to use your word again, elite coaches in the NFL. Yeah. I mean, Sean McVay. That guy is... I watched the interview with him pregame on Fox, and asking myself,
he doesn't take breaths. He doesn't take breaths.
He's crazy.
He's awesome.
But they talked about, and he kind of talked about the year after the Super Bowl, that they won the Super Bowl. Like, it's almost like a natural letdown, right? So he kind of spoke to that and just how they kind of got into the doldrums, whatever, the hangover of the Super Bowl per se, and it took them a year to get out of it. And he's back, and he said they're having fun. You can see that sideline, man. He is just one of those. He's one of those guys that goes running up and down the sideline. He's either at the highest of highs with them. He doesn't really get too low per se, but he gets them hyped up. Even when Puka went down, did you guys notice that one Puka went down? He got cramps. McVay's out on the field. Yeah. So as soon as he knew that Puka was okay and it was cramps, he turns to the offensive line. He starts barking at him. I'm like, whoa, dude.
So you guys ever see the video? So the Rams actually have a specific employee that pulls him off the field
get back coach.
As he runs up and down the field.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Well,
it keeps him under control.
Get back coach.
Yeah.
So I was going to talk about this. My frustration lies around the adjustments or lack thereof at halftime from Dan Campbell. I mean, I could almost, what I text you guys, we're good. Really? So no adjustments at halftime? No defensive adjustments? No offensive adjustments? No nothing? I mean, they just came out in the second half and let the Rams go on a 20-point unanswered run. And it was just kind of like, it's very frustrating because and if they run Gibbs up the middle one more stinking time, what are these play calls? Where is this crap coming from? You could tell for the however many weeks in a row, the other team, in this case the Rams, specifically were going to shut down the run off the tackles. What does Campbell do? Well, let's just keep running off the tackle. Whatever. I get too frustrated.
He's looking for the breakout run with good blocking.
You're not going to do that against the Rams.
No.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jim.
No.
That's exactly what he was looking for. He was looking for the breakout run. Like that was going to happen against that defense. No, it's not. I don't know. Yeah.
Into that effect, look at the
here we
stats.
Go. You got to go 3 for 3.
Stats. Yeah. Look at the rushing stats we're used to. I mean, they rushed 20 times for a total of 70 yards. Gibbs had 38 yards rushing, and Montgomery had 32 yards rushing for an average of 3.5 a carry, which obviously is not horrible, but not Lions-like. In passing, stat-wise, Goff had a good game. 338, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and only sacked 1 time. But it doesn't tell the whole story of the game.
No, not at all. No, he was right. That second half again, whatever the Rams dialed up scheme wise to get to Goff in the second half worked. It completely disrupted him. I mean, I don't know how many times he threw at somebody's feet, to his credit, on purpose, right, to avoid either a sack or a stupid interception, whatever it might be. But, yeah, whatever they were dialing up scheme-wise in the second half, meaning the Rams, to get to Goff and disrupt.
I think Stafford's adrenaline kicked in, too. I mean, what is
but I'm just saying
they lost the last 3 games?
I'm just saying the Lions on offense. I mean, they scored 24 points in the first half. They come out the second half, they score 10. So, again, this goes back to my point of Sean McVay made multiple adjustments on both offense and defense, and it appears as if Dan Campbell didn't do anything.
Well, that was my point.
We're looking at it from
McVay came out with a better game plan for the second half than
I mean,
Campbell did.
Mark, to your point, Goff, 338 yards passing, 111.6 rating, no interceptions, only 1 sack. Where are the hurries though? Let's look at the Rams in terms of tackles for losses. I mean, they didn't really have a ton. Let's see here. Pressures, meaningful. QB hits, 8. Team total 8, meaning Los Angeles. So, I mean, you could definitely tell again that they were getting pressure on Goff, and it was causing him to rush the ball, throw the ball at the feet, whatever it might be. J-Mo had a really good game. What was Jameson? What he get for receiving? Amon-Ra had 13 receptions, 164 yards, and J-Mo had 7 for 134.
St. Brown had a good game. I thought Goff played pretty good too.
Yeah, I didn't think Goff played bad at all. I mean, that, like I said, that first touchdown and then that touchdown on the opposite end of the field to J-Mo.
He had some good balls for sure.
Yeah. So Amon-Ra 2 touchdowns, J-Mo 1. Tesla was targeted 1 time. So what are we doing without our tight ends? You would think that they'd be using Tesla more with his height, with his stature, and everything else. They're not. They're not even throwing the ball to him. They threw the ball to him 1 time, and that was in the end zone. So I don't know.
You know what's funny about that? I was thinking about that too. Like, do you think that you have too many weapons?
Too many?
Yeah.
No, you don't have too many weapons, because if you have too many, if you have too many weapons, all it does is free up somebody else.
You're drawing the
right.
I know what you're saying.
There's too many weapons.
Yeah.
It's different.
It just went through my mind.
Yeah. No, it's tough when it comes to that, but but I think, Jimmy, I know what you're saying. I think that in a normal case, if you have that many weapons,
it's one of those things like when you're a head coach or an offensive coordinator, it's like, all right, we got to spread the ball around, but you know what I mean?
There was that other 4th down play in the third quarter that Campbell went for it from his own 29, and even Brady was even like, oh wow, okay. At that point, I think that was after the Rams scored their second touchdown to go up by 3, 27-21 or 24-21. I don't remember what it was, but I was thinking to myself, holy crap, if they don't make it, I won't be the only one that's critical of Campbell at that point. The entire city's going to come out and be like, what in the world are you doing going for it in a close game on your own 29-yard line? But they pulled it out. They didn't end up getting points out of it. Yeah. But, I mean, I don't think they had any turnovers either, right? No turnovers, no fumbles, no interceptions.
No turnovers.
So,
we can sit here and nitpick this game, all we want when it comes down to it. I think there's a lot that happened. There's a lot to kind of go over, but I think in the end, it shows some of that ineptitude the Lions have. They are missing those guys in the secondary. That's why they had Stafford had so much time that he had. They're still missing one guy on the defensive line to be able to help with Hutchinson there, to kind of give that a little bit of rotation a little bit. Linebackers, I think you're okay when it comes to linebackers. Campbell had 14 tackles again today. Probably, in my opinion, one of the best middle linebackers there is in the game of football today.
Oh,
for sure. The traditional middle linebacker, not that rush guy.
Jack Campbell.
Side. Yeah, exactly. But I think what you're really looking at is that every year you're going to have maybe a down year. We'll talk about some of the other teams' down years, but I don't see a path to the playoffs right now for them. But the only thing positive was that Green Bay lost. But then again, Green Bay has 2 games by sweeping them. They obviously got, they got a game in hand. They're half a game ahead with that. So I don't know where it's going to lead the Lions. I think, and I don't want to say this season's over, but it's going to be much more difficult to make the playoffs than what any of us had anticipated at the beginning of this year.
So so let's dive into this really quick with the Bears and Packers. So the Bears improved their record to 10-4. The Pack loss drops them to 9-4-1. So they play each other next week. You essentially want the Bears to Let me think. How is this going to play out?
Yeah, you want the Bears to win.
You want the Bears to win. You want the Bears to win. The Pack. Go ahead.
The Lions have to win.
The Lions have to win out.
It's a must-win game. It's
the
last home game.
The Lions have to win out. It's just that simple. If the Lions do not win out, they will not make the playoffs. It's very simple. So bringing the Steelers in next week, I feel pretty good about that game. I do. I think the Lions will pull that off. I feel relatively good about them going to Minnesota. We talked about that last week. I think that's probably a little bit of a revenge game, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And the Vikings are pretty decimated in terms of some of the injuries that they've had, and they really don't have anything to play for, to be honest with you. And then it's all going to come down to, it possibly could really all come down to the final game of the season against the Bears.
Well, and what you're hoping is the Bears wrap everything up and they've got nothing to play for.
They're all winnable.
Sure, of course they are. Yeah, absolutely they are. So the Pack have up next at the Bears, and then they are hosting the Ravens. Now that's another dangerous game because the Ravens are right back in the thick of things at 7-7 with their convincing win at Cincinnati.
Yeah, who knows what's going on with Cincinnati?
Joe Burrow's definitely vented some frustrations in terms of the situation there with the Bungles, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
And then the Pack go at the Vikings. So could the Packers lose 3 games? I mean, listen, anything's possible. I think that, I don't want to even call it a trap game, but the Ravens at the Packers, the Saturday after Christmas is going to be a huge game. But again, the Bears have to beat the Pack next Saturday night. That's a Saturday 8:20 kick. I love those games. For some reason, it reminds me of the Christmas season. These Saturday games. I like.
Yeah, and you get that even like
snowing.
Even like a 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock start on Saturdays. It's just after
that's
college
what the other
basketball.
game is. Yeah, the other game's at 4 o'clock. So you're going to have a 4 o'clock kick, and you're going to have an 8:20 kick.
Mm-hmm.
The 4 o'clock kick is the Eagles and the Commanders. Poo-poo that. I mean, that'll be a dud.
Oh, it gives you something to look forward to.
You wonder if they could flex a game.
This time of the year, you just hibernate.
Yeah, I don't think they can flex a game from a Sunday to a Saturday. They'll do time-wise, but not necessarily day-wise. So, yeah, I mean, listen, the Lions are in an absolute must-win 3 straight games or they're out. And at this point, that's not even guaranteeing they're going to make the playoffs. So they have nobody to blame but themselves. I mean, they've had winnable games for sure.
Balls in their court.
You're up by 10 with 40 seconds left in this game this afternoon before the half, and you allow Stafford, again, he gets into a rhythm. I'm not even sure there's many defenses that could have stopped him today, but they did. They allowed him to go down. They got a field goal. They go down. They get another field goal at the opening kick of the second half, and then it was off to the races from there. So you got to put this one to bed and move on to next week. Go ahead.
Jimmy, I've got we're going to have a game show. I wish I'll put some music in post-production here, but we're going to have a little game show of guess.
A game show?
Guess the medical term of the day in the NFL. Can we guess what the medical term of the day of the NFL is?
Medical term.
Medical term of the day in the NFL. Cramp? Did you say cramp?
Nope.
Cortisone?
Nope. I'll give you a hint. It's 3 letters long, and you never want to hear it associated with you.
Come on.
ASS?
Close.
No.
ACL, anterior cruciate ligament.
Oh, yeah.
2 massive stars go down today with ACL tears.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Parsons
I saw that.
and Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, I forgot about Mahomes. Yeah.
Mahomes tore his ACL today, and that is I think that puts obviously the Chiefs to bed.
Well, they're mathematically out of it.
Yep, exactly.
So they will miss. The Chiefs are going to miss the playoffs for the first time since 2014. So
since
a 10
before I could drink in a bar. I don't think I could even. I think I wasn't even going to bars at that point.
2014? The hell's the matter? Did you hit your head today? Did you eat too much pasta? It's your pasta thing or whatever the hell you were at?
It was ravioli day, Michael. Homemade raviolis.
Oh, don't forget Miller's had 51 concussions.
5,100.
Nine diagnosed, but the neurologist said the number's probably north of 200. But that's a different story.
Right.
I mean, none of us can remember anything.
It's a miracle you're erect. That means standing up.
Sitting. Let's talk about some of the games. Shockers, Patriots losing to the Bills.
We go from a wreck to shockers.
Yes, the Wichita State ones. I'm shocked at the Patriots losing that game.
The Pats are up 21-0.
Is there more up and down
at
team
home
this year? Or more
up
and down team this year than the Buffalo Bills?
Oh, it's crazy. They seem like they're on an absolute roller coaster ride. It's almost like Josh Allen needs to be smacked in the face or something to wake up, and then he starts playing. And then they dominate a game, and they get lulled to sleep. They let other teams come back, whatever. But yeah, I mean, so the Pats were up 21-0, and to their credit, and here's another one, Sean McDermott. I really like him as a coach. I mean, say what you will about the playoffs. Well, listen, so as long as they make the playoffs, their nemesis is gone, meaning Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're out.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So they got a roundhouse to,
Speaking of the Josh Allen, I'm going to play something real quick here. There's some congratulations in order. Josh Allen and Haley Steinfeld are expecting their first baby after a big, nice announcement. I'm sure you guys both were all over that on social media.
She's a lovely young lady.
Good for him.
Big fan of her and Bumblebee.
He's a great guy.
If you haven't seen,
I don't know him
Pitch
personally,
Perfect,
but
see the movie Pitch Perfect 2. She's hilarious. The movie's hilarious. But that's also the
Haley
one that
Steinfeld's in Pitch Perfect 2?
Yeah, TJ Lang was in that as well. That's another little bloop.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
come on,
a bunch of Packers. Bunch of Packers were in that.
Right.
Yeah,
dude, you and your homework. Now I got to watch more movies.
I do.
Well, that's fine.
Let's go around the league. Some of the other
ones. Around the horn with Mark Miller on UFP.
I was shocked that Phillip Rivers actually didn't have a bad day. They lost to the Seahawks 18-16, but Rivers threw for 121 yards and a touchdown.
6 field goals from the Seahawks. 6, count them. What the heck? Whatever. Defensive battle. Say what you will. Yeah, I didn't see any. Did anybody see any highlights from it?
A little bit. I
saw a couple passes.
It didn't look strong. His arm did not look strong.
Did not look strong at all.
No. He it kind of reminded me of
I'm
Peyton
50.
Manning.
Sign me up.
He reminded me. It reminded me of Peyton Manning at the end of his career. He was throwing ducks.
Yeah,
but Peyton.
But dude, I mean, what an awesome story.
It is an awesome story. He's a grandfather, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Like you said, sign you up. Lord,
I'm thankful none of us are grandfathers yet.
Oh, geez. Mark.
Oh, boy.
18-27, 120. A touchdown, an interception. Only 1 sack. So,
and they protected him. That's for sure.
I mean, whatever. But, listen, that drops Indy to 8-6.
Mm-hmm.
Propels Seattle into the playoffs at 11-3. I believe that got them a.
Dude, that whole AFC situation is just it's incredible.
So
it's completely
if you look
opposite
at
of NFC.
Let's see. Let's look at the playoff picture in the AFC right now. Mark, did you want to? I'm sorry.
I'm just going to go through the list a little bit more. It's while you're looking at that, Ravens shut out the Bungles 24-0 at Cincinnati, which was kind of a shocker.
Mm-hmm.
Jaguars beat the Jets, which isn't a big deal because Lance Cruz North, I think, could beat the Jets this year. Chargers beat the Chiefs, as we mentioned, knocking them officially out of the playoffs. Texans are on a roll. It beat the Cardinals 40-20. Bears destroyed your Browns. A couple things. If Stefanski is not fired tomorrow, we talked about it last week, but the challenge that he had. Did you see the challenge early in the game when it was questionable whether the Bears player touched it when he was in the end zone for a touchback on a punt? It was clear he didn't touch it. Every replay, didn't touch it. Had plenty of time. Clear as day. What did Stefanski do? Stefanski challenged it.
He challenged
early in the game.
That didn't even fire me up as much as the team just looks unenthused.
Yep.
Penalties, 12 men in the huddle. I mean, clearly Shador is showing some signs of hope at the quarterback position, and Stefanski's not doing him any favors. You're wasting almost a record-breaking sack leader in Myles Garrett, a season by him. I mean, what else can you say? They just look ill-prepared. they look like they don't want to be on the field. They don't look enthused. There's no rhythm to the offense. The defense is getting picked apart because of lack of. I don't even know how to describe it. I like Kevin Stefanski. I think he's a good coordinator. I think he got. I mean, listen, I'm being a hypocrite because of course he is. Honestly, look at him. He's a 2-time not coach defending because it wasn't coach of the year. Mm-hmm. So there's something there. There is definitely something that he had going for him, but the ineptitude of the Browns organization as a whole and what the Haslams have done, and we talked about this last week, with the focus more on a stupid dome in Brook Park than they are about building the damn team, for crying out loud.
How many picks do they have today? 3?
3. Yeah. Okay, so the one throw by Shedeur was a pretty impressive, almost a Stafford-like throw to Jerry Jeudy in the corner of the end zone. Well, he didn't secure the ball, and the defensive back from the Bears literally grabbed the ball and pulled and snatched away an interception. Snatched a touchdown from Jeudy and then got an interception off of it. So you really can't blame him on that one. Jeudy should have caught the ball in the end zone. Should have been a touchdown. I mean, I'm not saying that would have changed the game. Clearly not. But, I mean, listen, Shedeur clearly is going to start the rest of the season. They need to let him start the rest of the season. They need to continue to evaluate how he is doing and what the future holds for him. Now, I certainly envision a scenario where the Browns are wink, wink, nudge, nudge, looking at the recently adorned Heisman Trophy winner from last night, Mendoza, right? Fernando. What a good kid, man.
The second winner, by the way, we'll talk about that in a minute, but the second winner of the UFP Player of the Week.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yes, indeed.
After the kicker, the punter from Indianapolis.
Rigoberto Sanchez.
The Rigoberto Sanchez Player of the Week award.
Yes.
Man, he's got to come on one of these days.
Rigoberto Sanchez?
He's got to pick up his award.
Why not?
Fernando Mendoza.
We'll get him a trophy.
He's definitely of where is he from? Where's his family from?
Mendoza?
Mendoza's family's from the Dominican, I think.
It's a good question. I'm not completely sure.
He was thanking his grandparents in Spanish last night in his acceptance speech, which I thought was pretty cool. And of course, his grandparents were in attendance there. But you look at him, and not to stereotype him in terms, you wouldn't think that. You wouldn't think that just by looking at him, right? But no, what a great kid. An enthusiastic young man, to say the least. So I love his passion. I like the way, what he said last night, and just his overall demeanor is of a young man of his in this day and age. It's refreshing to see. That's the phrase and word I was looking for.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about him in a minute here too, but he was born in Boston, raised in Miami, and his grandparents are of Cuban descent.
Cuban, sorry.
Yep.
All right. There you go.
They were getting along with them now. Oh, God. I just
that's just what the Browns need are more quarterbacks. Maybe you can get Diego Pavia and Francisco Mendoza, both of them, come play for you next year.
Yeah, Diego Pavia, complete opposite of Mendoza. I've got a little.
I got topic. We're going to talk about that here too. But
Miller.
So let's wrap up the NFL.
Yeah. So here, that's what I was going to say. So this is crazy. To Jim's point, the AFC. You got Denver right now, which has clinched at 12-2. The Pats are 11-3. Jacksonville's 10-4. So Pittsburgh, of course, if they win the AFC North, they're sitting in the 4th spot at 7-6, which is crazy.
That's crazy.
And then the Clippers, God, I did it again. I said the same thing last week. The Chargers. For crying out loud. The Los Angeles Chargers.
Basketball on their mind.
Yeah, right. Jim Harbaugh. They sit in the 5 spot at 10-4. Buffalo is tied with them, they're sitting in the 6 spot at 10-4. The aforementioned Houston Texans on their tear are at 9-5, and Indy is sitting at 8-6. So that loss really, and the number 8 spot. So that really hurt them today. They needed that win, and they are obviously on a free fall. I believe that's their 5th straight loss.
Think so, yeah.
Yeah. So. And then you've got Baltimore at 7-7. So you're gonna have a battle between the Steelers and the Ravens, So those are direct effect to the Lions in the next couple of weeks with the opponents. Obviously, with the Steelers coming to Detroit, and then the Ravens going to the Packers. So both those AFC North teams who are going to battle it out to the end here are going to have a direct effect also on the Lions and the NFC North. And believe it or not, this is amazing to say, the Miami Dolphins are still in the hunt at 6-7.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. So, yeah, it's just going to be interesting to see how things play out. But of course, the NFC, this is looking pretty bleak again for the Leos. With the Rams win 11-3, the Bears at 10-4, Philly at 9-5 with their pretty dominating win. Philly is not going to lose. I don't see Philly losing again, but who knows?
Yeah, here we go.
Here we go with Tampa Bay and Carolina, both sitting at 7-7. So one of those two teams, I mean, they faced each other twice in the next 4 weeks. So that's going to determine the winner of the NFC South. Mm-hmm. So that's going to wobble back there at the number 4 spot. Seattle, with their win at 11-3, are sitting at the 5 spot. San Fran, of course, won at 10-4. Pack at 9-4. And currently, the Leos at 8-6 are in the 8 spot. Believe it or not.
It's going to be a crazy 3 weeks. Get the eggnog ready and holidays.
Have either of you ever had eggnog? I've never had eggnog. I'll be honest.
I think I tasted eggnog one time, and I wasn't crazy about it.
You know what's funny? I say that. I've never had it.
Oh, I thought you were going to pull up a glass of it right now.
No. No, I honestly, I just bring it up from Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
You know.
I got my Marty the
Moose
mug for next year.
The what?
The Moose mug. I've got a couple of them.
Yeah.
I'll bring them out next episode. So that being said, it's
Hold on real quick
right now.
Do we? Well, a little bit, yeah. But I do think I text you guys this in our little group chat that I think right now the leading candidate for NFL MVP is Matt Stafford. Anybody disagree? No? Okay, good. Thanks.
No.
Well, Rigoberto Sanchez. Rigoberto Sanchez is obviously my pick for that. But
it's funny. Stafford just turned 38, right? Brady interviewed him. And he goes, "Hey, you got 7 more years." And Stafford looked at him like he was crazy.
Yeah.
So anyways, go ahead, Mark. I know you're on your schedule.
No, we're just keeping up. We're trying not to go 17 hours like we do normal. But want to talk a little college football.
Want to listen to us.
Yeah, I want to talk a little college football. We talked a little bit about the Heisman and Francisco Mendoza winning that last night. Fernando Mendoza winning the Heisman Trophy last night. One of the largest gaps or one of the largest victories in the Heisman Trophy in a number of years. But once again, a great, we don't talk religion much on this, but a very strong Christian Catholic young man really incorporates faith with his family. It's great to see when it comes down to that. Stat wise, stats were incredible this year. What he threw for, what he did, which was amazing. I think where unfortunately where you're seeing most of this is kind of reminds me of the whole Johnny Manziel type stuff where, Diego Pavia comes out and the first comment he makes, 2 comments was the voters, it's all family, and then Indiana. I wish Indiana could play them in the college playoffs because that Cignetti would just drop a bomb on them and just destroy them.
So I have to be very calm because this is the kind of crap that drives me nuts. So what were we just talking about with Fernando Mendoza and his humility and his thankfulness to God and his family and everything else and being so eloquent in his win. So I can pretty much guarantee you if he would have lost to Diego Pavia, he would not in any way, shape, or form posted anything. And I don't know anything about Diego Pavia. Okay, so let me preface this whole thing with that.
Other than his mom is Theo Von wants to date his mom.
Oh yeah, that's right. We talked about that. So I don't think you in any way, shape, or form Fernando Mendoza would do what Diego Pavia did. But it's like, really? I mean, come on, dude. Let's have a little bit of win with class, lose with class. Be quiet when you lose. Be even quieter when you win. Again, I've said that before. That's not necessarily my phrase, but I love that phrase.
It is your phrase.
Quiet when you lose,
I've heard it.
and be even quieter when you win. I've tried to tell the kids this for many years. Now I get it, right? People get excited. I'm not saying it's a great phrase. Seriously. It is a great phrase. Yeah. But seriously, yeah, like F all the voters, family for life. Whatever. I don't even want to go into it. But yeah, Mark, to your point, Mendoza, he was the first Heisman winner from IU ever. He got 2,362 points. Diego Pavia got 1,435, so he didn't quite double them up. Notre Dame running back Jeremiah Love was third with 718 points, and then the Ohio State quarterback Julian Sayin was fourth with 432 points. So I do think Sayin probably listen, 4 or 5 games ago, I think Sayin and Mendoza probably were pretty neck and neck. I guess if you would have probably taken a poll back then. Mendoza clearly kept up his end of the bargain, I guess you would say, in the second half of the season, in the last 3 to 4 games of the season. I'm not saying that Sayin didn't, but he certainly cooled off a little bit. He lost 2 of his top receivers for those 3 games. That clearly had a bearing on his play. But Sayin definitely showed that he was more of a rookie than or a freshman / first year starter than Mendoza. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm really happy for Fernando Mendoza and IU and everything that they've accomplished. And I do give Curt Cignetti a ton of credit on what he's done. I think it's remarkable what he's done in the very short amount of time that he's there, obviously with NIL and everything he's been able to take advantage of. But, hey, props where it's deserved. So,
Yep. Miller, you brought up Manziel real quick.
Oh, no.
Have you guys seen the interview with Rogan and him?
No, I saw it was out there, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
We're going to
good.
have to watch that.
It's good.
Is it good?
See, look at this. I'm giving you guys homework now.
Miller's giving me homework about John Candy for 2 weeks, and I keep forgetting to get on stupid Amazon Plus or Amazon Prime Video.
Are we getting into that? Because
Mike hasn't watched it, so we can't do it tonight.
Yeah, not yet.
Come on, Jesus.
That's my fault.
I got to throw all my paperwork out. Bobby's not on.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's what happens when the Lions play these late games. I feel like we get rushed, but anyways.
In the Piazza family decides to do ravioli night.
Yeah, that's right.
So while Jimmy throws a tantrum, I want to talk one thing. By the way, I want to thank everybody for honestly one of the largest posts that we have had as a podcast, and just almost 24,000 now views on Facebook alone when it comes down to it. Very very innocuous post. It wasn't anything real major. It was just talking about it.
Yeah,
but I think it obviously their Notre Dame faithful are very passionate about what they do. And I want to talk to it. Not trying to stick up for anything we said. We never once said we all agree that Notre Dame should have been there. There was no team hotter in the NCAA than.
Still feel that.
Yeah, still feel that way, that they could beat anybody. But I think this, and I. By the way, we'll go into a side note here. When you heard the name Pete Bavacqua, what's the first thing that you thought of?
Fernando Mendoza's brother? No.
Do you remember the reliever that played for the Padres, Kurt Bavacqua?
Oh, it sounds somewhat familiar.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I thought they were the same person or related, but apparently they're not. But
no.
Pete Bavacqua did not do himself any justice with this tour that he was on with our big competition, the Dan Patrick Show and all these other guys. I mean, you're going down, Dan Patrick. That's all I got to say. Especially when you retire and you don't have any posts, we're going to do that. But it was pathetic, Bavacqua's comments about how the ACC did them no favors. Well, they're not a part of the ACC. They have they have tried to distance themselves from the ACC for how many years? So what favor should they do? You don't want to join them officially. What I do think is I think this is the beginning of the end of the NCAA. This is going to be that step of, and let's be truthfully honest, when it comes down to it, does James Madison or Notre Dame deserve to be in here? Clearly Notre Dame.
Of course. Notre Dame, yeah.
But if you're going to go based upon like you do the NCAA basketball tournament, then conference winners, then where's Western's invite? Not saying Western could do any damage, but maybe they could win one game when it comes down to it.
Sure.
If you're going to look into that and have the group of 5 and the Power 4 conferences, then you have to expand it out further, which I really don't want to see because then that's not a true representation. But I think this is now going to see that Super League. This is going to be that start of that Super League where you're going to have all those Power 4 teams, and you're not going to see maybe some of these Northwesterns and maybe some of these other schools that traditionally never been real powerhouse conferences. Are you going to see a Washington State in there? Are you going to see a Cal in there? Are you going to see some of these guys in that power conference schools? And
we've had this conversation before. You're never going to get it right, and football's completely different. You can't have 64 teams doing a college basketball tournament.
This whole thing, this whole NIL, this jumping ship, this portal, everything else that is with, especially with college football. I saw a Tom Brady piece with Joel Klatt today, and Brady talked about would he be able. Well, hold on, you guys want to see this real quick? It's less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I want to watch it.
Let me bring this up. Let's share my screen here. Share. There we go. Can you see it?
It's coming up.
Yep.
Yeah. You see it now? Tom Brady joins it. BNC.
He looks like he just got
Hold on,
back from vacation. It's very tan.
Hold on a minute. There we go.
If the rules were the same then as they are now.
It's such a hypothetical situation. The only thing I can answer is to say that based on what my experience was, I wouldn't want it any other way. My college experience was very challenging. It was very competitive. The lessons I learned in college, certainly about competition, those traits transformed my life as a professional. I was ready to compete against anybody because the competition in college toughened me up so much that I had a self-belief and self-confidence in myself that whatever I was faced, I could overcome that. And I think if we take that away from a young student athlete to say, you know what, I know it's tough to compete, but what we're going to do before you have to compete, we're actually going to put you somewhere else so that you don't have to compete. That is absolutely the wrong thing to do to a young child. And I would challenge all the coaches and all the parents. They're the ones that have to guide these kids. You can't expect a 17 or 18-year-old to make these great decisions. They're young. They don't have life experience. It should be the parents. Be a good parent. Teach your kid the right values. What's going to sustain them in their careers over a period of time? Whether it's football or whether it's business or whether it's teaching or law school or medical school or a trade, whatever you want to do, you're going to have to go through hard things in your life. You're going to have to make tough choices. And the value isn't always about the last dollar. So I think all these things that are happening in college sports, we're prioritizing the wrong things. We're valuing the wrong things. And I'm not saying it's not important. It's one of 10 things that are important.
Yeah.
And certainly to me, it's not the most important. So when kids do go through that the right way, they're actually learning the right values.
Yeah.
And when you have the right values in life, that's going to sustain you as you move on through the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you something right now.
That's inspiring.
I'll tell you something right now. This is every single school administrator from every college in this entire country should watch that 2-minute clip of Tom Brady. Yep. And every parent that has a child in athletic positions in every college should also look at that. I have never been so impressed and or agree more with an individual in my life, meaning Tom Brady.
Say the Pledge of Allegiance and then play that to the entire school.
I mean, what a better example could you set? Because you know what I really enjoyed him saying? It's not just about in football or basketball or volleyball or softball. It's about in life. What are you teaching these kids? When the going gets tough, flee? No. When the going gets tough, toughen up, right? I mean, listen, on a very minor level, we've all coached these kids, and we talk about this stuff. Like, play together as a team, win together as a team, lose together as a team. You're going to have challenges. You're going to have to step up. This isn't just in fifth grade boys or girls basketball, but this is in possibly the boardroom someday, right? Or in surgery someday. Do you want your doctor going in and saying, boy, I'll tell you, this heart surgery looks pretty tough. Anybody else want this? Because I'm going to jump ship. I'm going to go to the next hospital across the street where they don't have this today, and maybe I'll get myself ready for it. No, for crying out loud. And I guess in a roundabout way, Miller, you brought up the whole the college football playoff and who's deserving and who's not, and who's playing in a bowl game, who's not playing in a bowl game. So I guess that's where I think that this whole Notre Dame thing, not playing in the bowl game, I understand. I know where they're coming from. But at the same time, what kind of precedent are we setting, right? There's going to be challenges in life. There's 1,000,000% going to be challenges in life. It's how you handle those challenges in life. We've all been through it. You and I are 50, Miller. Jim, you're approaching 40. We've all had our challenges. We have to step up, and we have to do things the right way. You got to take challenges head on, not feet first and dive off the back of the damn pool, for crying out loud. I don't even know where my analogies are coming up.
No. What I want to say, if you're on the court, if you're on the field, and you make a mistake and you get pulled off the field, that's one of the hardest things to overcome. You lose your confidence.
Sure.
And you just got to build yourself back up. And yeah, you got to, like Brady said, you got to count on your parents, build you up. You got to count on your coaches. And it's tough to do, but.
Well, this is something that Bobby and I had a pretty good conversation about just this past, I don't know, it was a Thursday or Friday, but we talked about, I mean, listen, I think I touched on this last week, how his first trade shows went very well. And yes, we're having him on to talk about that. But I said, take this as a momentum builder. Do not take this as you know everything, you've done a great job, and you have nothing left to learn. And he agreed with that 100%. But, I told him, I said, but use this as a stepping stone. This is how you build momentum. You are going to have days, especially in a sales position like this, especially in a commission-based sales position, salary, whatever, right?
Yeah.
You're going to have days that are great, and you're going to be on this unbelievable high. And then you're going to have days and or periods, weeks. Yeah, right. Mark, you can certainly attest to this, just like I can. Both of us can. Jim, same thing, right? Yep. You're going to go through downtimes that you have to basically go back to that positive that you had and try to build off of it and try to get yourself out of the doldrums, because there's absolutely going to be doldrums. But again, this kind of goes back to, hey, challenges in life. Learn how to manage the challenges. Take them head on. I know it's easier said than done, because I'm sure people are like, oh, easy for you to say. No, listen, I've been through plenty of challenges. All of us have. It's just how you manage them.
I'll tell you this, that just being a kid to a young adult to an adult, there's nothing better than confidence. Once you gain confidence, it's just incredible.
How did we get off on this psychological?
I don't know what happened here. What the?
You're the ones. You're the ones
that
that go off
again.
on this
Sorry.
Here we are off the charts, derailed.
So I want to talk about a few things here. We'll talk about some of the. I think we really are talking about Notre Dame. We're talking about overcoming that adversity. There's almost 15 teams that have turned down bowls, which have never happened. And I'm reading a couple articles about it. They said, typically in the past, you bring a kid to a bowl game and you give them a PS5 or an Xbox, and then you give them a $300-$400 gift card, and you give them this, you give them about $800 or $900 worth of stuff, and kids are amazed by it. Nowadays, with kids are making $100,000, $200,000 playing college football, what is $800 in gifts? It's nothing. And the unfortunate thing is that's just one more opportunity for them to get injured for a truly meaningless game. And I hate to say it, but that's kind of true when it comes down to that a lot. And I don't blame some of these schools for doing that because, and I made a half-hearted joke that I'm glad Notre Dame doesn't have to worry about $2-3 million, but they don't. The way that athletic department rakes in money, it's nice problem to have when it comes to that. So now let's talk about some of the first round matches in here. And the one thing I'm really mad about with these first round matches, last year gave us some of the coolest sights with the snow I think there was snow at Notre Dame. There was snow at Ohio State and at Indiana, some of these first round games. But I'm going to say there were some really cool snow games there. The first matchup that you got on Friday night is going to be Alabama, number 9 Alabama at Oklahoma. Oklahoma's a 1.5 favorite. At 8:00 on Friday night. Probably not going to be snow there, but honestly, two teams that I don't think either of them were not in the playoffs, nobody would miss it.
Nobody would care.
No.
Oh, here come the Oklahoma and Alabama fans. Don't yell at me too loud, Alabama fans, because I'm picking you to win that game, believe it or not.
Here come the comments.
I am too. Kalen DeBoer. I just, ever since, I just never been a big Oklahoma fan, and I don't think it's.
No, I'm not either. But I like Kalen DeBoer. I think he's a great coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he's obviously had some up and downs here, clearly in the first couple of years of being in Alabama. But I think he's a great coach. I really do. Yeah. He's a great
Jimmy,
motivator.
What do you think?
Yeah. Who do you have in that game, James?
Oklahoma.
Oh, he's gone against us.
I am.
All right, I'm writing
Alabama.
these down. Let me write this down here. So, Mike, you're saying Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy, you're saying Oklahoma, and I'm going to say Bama as well.
All right. Well,
when's the next matchup?
I'm fired if
is going to be
Oklahoma
number
loses.
10 Miami at number 7 Texas A&M. This is at noon on Saturday the 20th, and Texas A&M is a 3.5 point favorite for this game.
I am going with Texas A&M on that game.
I will take Texas.
I think Miami has not been playing quite as strong as A&M, and A&M being at home, I think it's a significant advantage. Miami has not played well necessarily. Of course, they haven't played a ton of teams on the road that are all that good. But I think Texas A&M probably handles this not easily, but pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go against you guys as I'm gonna pick Miami.
Here we go.
Son of
as that last team in, essentially that last team in, which still don't understand. Yeah. We got to talk about what the committee's rulings are, but I'm going to pick Miami because I think they were playing good football at the end too, and I think it's either one. Honestly, either one of those teams could go and win the national championship, in my opinion, as well.
You think either one could? Seriously?
I think so. I think they both have some. A&M was playing great
football. That is a bold take by one S. Mark Miller.
Exactly. The 3:30 game on TNT. You've got number 11 Tulane at number 6 Ole Miss. Okay, Ole Miss is a huge favorite, 17.5.
Even though they don't have their coach.
Ole Miss, is Ole Miss going to say, "Oh, our coach is gone"? Or are they going to say, "Screw it, we're going to try to win this world. We're just going to win this whole thing"?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
But then again, if you knew your old coach was going to get $1.5 million for you winning the national title,
yeah, well.
What did I tell you guys? Ducks fly together.
I hope those players and that staff have some pride and not throw that whole adage right out the window. But nonetheless.
And by the way, Ole Miss, we never got a call. Never got a call.
Can you believe that? I'm shocked.
I'm still waiting. My phone's hasn't rung. It's on.
What's that? What's that area code? I got a missed call.
Area code 666. Okay, so we.
Lord.
All across the board, picking Ole Miss in this one. And the biggest spread of the weekend, 7:30 start on TNT. This is James Madison, number 12, playing at number 5, Oregon. It's a 21.5 point spread.
Oregon.
It's Oregon, Michael. I live there. I got yelled at when I said Oregon.
Did you really?
It's just like it's Willamette. Like
totally.
All right, I'm going with Oregoni.
Yeah. Yep, that's me too. Oregon.
I think so as well.
Oregon.
And we'll go over next week's matchups after this, but I think we're pretty on board. I think I was the only one, Jimmy, you went out picking Oklahoma, and Mike and I picking Bama, and then I picked Miami with the two of you guys picking A&M. So,
yeah, we only got 2 separate picks.
Yeah, so curious to see what's going to happen. We'll go through with some of those.
Okay.
I want to talk about next, kind of moving into, dare I say, still one of the hottest teams in the NBA, our Detroit Pistons. The going to work Pistons again. The Pistons
Holy cow, man.
They are leading the Eastern Conference at 20-5 right now. They're 2 games up for the best record in the East over the Knicks, 5 games up over the Celtics. The Pistons just keep playing good ball. They just keep playing. And you can't do that. And by the way, I'm going to put a little...
It's about time, right?
Let's just
JB
say, Bickerstaff deserves a ton of credit. A ton of credit. I mean, he's taken this team that 2 years ago won how many games? 8?
Not enough.
Yeah, not enough. That's a good number.
Yeah, they had more wins.
They had more wins in a row than they did.
12,
yeah, than they did the entire 2023 season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Maybe it was 2022. But what JB Bickerstaff has done, he did the same. Listen, he did similar things in Cleveland with the Cavs. He just couldn't get over the hump in terms of the playoffs.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that the Cavs still can't get past the first round in the playoffs, was it really his fault? Was it really him?
Absolutely not.
I mean, yeah. So, I think he has instilled a set of confidence in these players that is resonating through that locker room, and you can see in the way that they play with each other, and they're tough-nosed. They play defense, for crying out loud, which I absolutely love.
Yes.
They play defense, so they play with tenacity. They play with energy. They play like they want to be out there on the floor. And listen, I mean,
it's got them playing like a family.
Yeah, I mean,
this is Jaden Ivey only playing a couple of minutes a game right now. He's still not even back to his 80%,
right, exactly.
75%.
Well, imagine that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the typical, let's just say, hard-nosed Pistons players, you really see it in Isaiah Stewart. The only problem I see it in Isaiah Stewart, he reminds me more and more some boneheaded plays like you really see with Draymond Green. Just some really questionable plays of why would you do that? Why did you, like the other day when they were playing, I'm trying to remember who they were playing.
Boston.
It doesn't make any difference, but he went up with a fist to somebody in their face and got called for a second technical of the game, got kicked out of the game. Not punching him. It was against the Bucks. They were playing the Bucks. And I'm like, it's right coming down to the end. You needed him in there. You needed that defense. And he makes kind of a dumb play when it comes down to that. I think he's fine. He's great with what he does, great defender. But at the same time, you have to know the situation. You have to know where you're at. And it wasn't a smart play at the time. But I love the way Cade Cunningham is playing. I love the way that this team is really gelling.
Cade's just... He's taking it up a notch.
Back to Stewart, though, too. I think this is where I'm pretty confident JB Bickerstaff has probably had a conversation with him. And I think he's, with the players being able to relate to him and the amount of respect that certainly from a peripheral view looks like they have of him, I think that that's where he's going to have an influence, and his continued coaching success should be able to reel some of those guys in. That being said, I do think that he likes the chip on their shoulder. I do think that JB Bickerstaff relishes that role, and I think he's playing off of it. Obviously, there's a fine line there of where they're going to have to, like you said, you can't be going up into players' faces with a fist, right? And you get your second technical, you get thrown out of the game. No. But it's kind of their identity. I kind of like it. I kind of like the hard-nosed tenacity of it. But you just got to keep it in check. Be smart. You don't want to do, like you said, you don't pull out Draymond Green stuff where you could possibly hurt your team. 2016 playoff finals that you got thrown out of a game and probably turned that entire series around and gave my Cavs their first championship. But anyways, I digress.
Mark Price.
Yeah. Larry Nance.
Just looking here right now. Isaiah Stewart's been ejected only one time. He's got 5 technical fouls and he's got 2 flagrant fouls. So, I mean, compared to last year, he had 16 techs. It was ejected 3 times and had 4 flagrant fouls. So it seems like he's under control. But to me, who's actually their job is to control this, and I don't think it's JB Bickerstaff. I think it's Cade Cunningham. I think that's Cade Cunningham's role as the team leader to kind of take that on his shoulders to kind of take that, but in really lead them. But I love the way Duncan Robinson's playing. He's really playing that point to the side. Tobias Harris is playing that great veteran role that they need. Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey coming back again. And then I'm happy to see it. I'm glad to see in a weird way. I'm really glad to see they got knocked out of this stupid NBA Cup in-season tournament. Because that means less wear and tear that they have to put on their bodies.
Yeah. What is so? Don't even try to explain it because I don't even want to know about it because I think it's stupid.
I don't want to know what it is.
No, I was gonna say what do we got going on here? Bad Boys 2? Is it in the making?
Yeah, could be. No, we were talking about the cup bracket.
No, I know, but I mean Pistons.
Every Pistons team's going to know for defense. Yeah.
The Knicks and the Spurs are in the championship game on December 16th in Las Vegas. Oh, wow.
What is it? Each winning player gets $1 million, I think is what they get.
Tuesday?
Is that what it is?
I think, I want to say, let me look that up.
No.
Some of those guys. Oh, here we go. ESPN. Playoff hopes ruined? Lions have dug themselves a deeper hole as the odds now sit at 34%.
Oh, I thought it was 40.
ESPN Analytics. And you know what I think about analytics? The first 4 letters of the word analytics. So there you go.
Anal.
Yeah.
So 2025 champions of the NBA Cup, each player would get $530,000. Runners up $212,000, and you know what that means for NBA players? Nothing.
$20 to you and me.
Exactly. I mean, granted, I still like to have $20, but I don't think it's what it really.
Well, that's the way they're looking at it too, for that matter.
Yeah. Want to talk last piece we want to talk about a little bit here is Red Wings playing with some good hockey lately. They are a couple of big wins. Yeah, they beat the Blackhawks 4-0. They had a good road trip. I think they only had 1 loss on the last West Coast road trip that they took.
Yeah, they were 4-1 on the road trip, if I'm not mistaken. They're 9-6-2 in their last. I'm sorry, no. They are their last 10. They're 5-3-2. Mm-hmm. So they have propelled themselves to within. I'm sorry, they are tied with the Lightning atop the Atlantic Division in the Eastern Conference right now.
Yes.
With 39 points apiece. Boston.
I have to say I'm disappointed in myself. I haven't been following them like I usually do.
Well, I haven't either. Honestly, there's been so much other stuff going on.
Trying to catch up, but
I mean, they currently are 5th in the conference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're in 5th. Well, technically they're in 4th. Again, tied with Tampa Bay. Mm-hmm. But at 39 points, they're only 5 points behind the top spot, meaning Montreal. The Carolina Hurricanes.
Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes have 44 points. The Islanders have 41. The Capitals are at 40, and then the Wings and Tampa Bay are at 39. That's a pretty step.
Montreal must have really hit a skid lately because they were top for a while.
Yeah, Montreal they have 36 points.
Yep.
Montreal they've lost. They're 5-4-1 their last 10. So they are. I don't know that they're on a skid necessarily, but they're definitely not a top. Yeah. But listen, so the top Carolina has 44 points. The bottom feeders, the Buffalo Sabres, have 30 points. There's not a huge disparaging difference there in terms of points. So you're looking at the top 8 spots in the conference. I mean, the Wings sit at 39. Florida, the Panthers, are sitting at 34. It's only 5 points back. So this is going to be, teams will start to distance themselves, fall off, and propel themselves to the top. But Listen, we're at a heck of a lot better spot right now with the Wings right now at this point in the season, at this point in the calendar year than we were last year at this time. We just can't we can't have the M word month fall off like has happened the last 3 years, where they literally joust themselves out of the playoffs by their play in the month of M, beep, 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 M, beep. Yeah. That was really stupid.
We're not going to bring it up tonight, but one of the things I want to talk about here in the next week, or probably next week, is this. Let's just talk about fiasco with the Olympic ice sheet in Milan. So apparently the Olympic ice sheet is nowhere
More
near
useless
being done.
information from Miller. The Olympic ice sheet. What? Go ahead.
The Olympic ice sheet where they're going to host the NHL players are going to be playing is short. It's they're pressing to get it done. There's only like 56 days until the Olympics start, and the sheets, the building's not ready. And not only that, but apparently from what the discussion is it's going to be smaller than a standard NHL ice sheet. And what that means is typically in international play, the ice rink will be much larger, right?
So how can they even hope?
It's a good question. I'm going to look. I want to look this up and I want to study it more because it's
technically not legal.
Well, they're talking about the players not being their NHL not sending players. If this is truly the case,
you can't have ice smaller than NHL and expect to play in the Olympics. Like to your point, Olympic size ice is Olympic size ice, which is larger than NHL ice, which was always. This has been bantered about for how many years too, that they want. I mean, I don't know, remember who spearheaded it, but there was I don't even know if we call it a petition, but there was some talk about the NHL expanding the size of the ice to the Olympic measurements because it would spread the players out. It would create more offense. Yeah, opens the game up. Right.
Yeah.
So, wow, we're going to have to dig into that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, it says.
Absolutely.
According to Forbes, there was meant to be a test. This was as of today. There was meant to be a test event in early December to trial the hockey rink, but that's already been pushed back to January, 1 month before the Olympics, because it's not near being ready. There is no plan B. There's no other rink that's even close enough that would be able to host this. February 5th is going to be the first day that they're going to have a game there, and the question is this going to be ready? I mean, obviously, how many times do we see this in life in general? That is this going to be? Is it going to be done? Is it not going to be done? Every reality show, you always see that. But I think it's going to be done. But the question is this going to be too small of a rink? And are the NHL players going to really want to play in it?
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, it's like LCA does it probably once a year. The Pistons and the Wings play on the same day. I mean, it's incredible how they.
It's pretty neat.
Actually, a couple of days ago, last week when we went to the game, the Wings had a game at noon, and then the Pistons have a game at 7:00. Yeah, and somehow they change it over.
And it's like it's a 4-hour job, so pretty cool to watch.
Speaking of which, Olympics. If you want to bring us over there, we're glad to do some announcing for you guys. If you want to bring us over to Milan for a couple weeks.
Yes, here we go.
I have a feeling that all three of us would want to go to Milan. My passport's ready. I'm ready to go.
I have an enhanced driver's license. Will they get me there?
We'll make it
I got neither. So Miller, you're gonna have to bring a big bag that I can get in. Everyone deserves a second chance.
Sure,
that's what I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So, except I think everyone deserves a second chance, except for Mike with his rants.
Oh boy, here we go.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment, Mike's Rant of the Week.
I think I know where he's going this week.
Here is Mike with his rant.
So you've gone and asked me to go from my conciliatory and very thoughtful thoughts on our friends at the University of Michigan to ranting this week.
All right, Ward, if anybody can do it, you can pull a 180.
I got confidence in you.
Yeah. Yes. Well, I think we're all going to go. You guys know where I'm going to go with the with Snowmageddon again this past week with these kids in schools. And for some reason, we're canceling school the night before. When we were kids, what was the thing that we all, I guess, looked forward to? The alarm clock going off at 5:45 in the morning and turning the radio on and finding out that school was closed, or maybe it was not closed.
Or sitting there waiting for the TV, and God forbid they went to commercial just before your school hit. And you had to wait another 20 minutes to see if it was coming through.
Totally.
What? So, and that was all predicated and based off of what happened over the course of the night. How much snow did we get? How much snow did we not get? Did they, as usual, blow it one way or the other? Probably. But you had to wait till the morning. The administrators of the schools, for all intents and purposes, had to wait for the morning. Unless, of course, it was snowing prior at 8 o'clock at night, and you could absolutely tell that it was going to be a snow day the next day. No, not anymore. The old weatherman says there's going to be 2 inches of snow. The forecast was for 2 inches of snow, and they canceled school? What? You text me the next morning, and you're like, snow day. What snow hill are we going to? I thought you were kidding.
I think it was 9:15, 9 o'clock, 9:15. I got a text, and
I was thinking to myself,
I looked out the window, and I'm like, it's not even snowing yet.
The moon was out, for crying out loud, the night before.
Yeah,
it was clear as a bell out, and they had canceled school. What? Listen, whatever. What did we talk about earlier? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. We're canceling school before there's a snowflake possibly even fallen. And oh yeah, by the way, the forecast literally was for 1 to 2 inches of snow. Now, in a very ironic turn of events, I did go out that next morning because I ended up going to Ohio that day. And I was out that morning at probably, 8 o'clock. And to my surprise, there was probably 4 inches of snow. So I'm like, okay, well, this is really ironic, or this is a huge turn of irony here, because they called for 1 to 2. We probably got 4 to 5. In looking back, they probably were justified in closing school. But the whole point of the story is they closed school the night before based off of a 1 to 2 inch snowfall forecast.
I will say this, and I made the joke when I sent out what sledding hill, but for anyone that doesn't know Mike, myself, Jimmy was not part of our Mooney group, but Bobby Patterson and the rest of these guys.
That's because he was in a baby seat.
Right. Our school was...
I was getting hit by toboggans at Stony Creek.
I was closest. I was 22 miles each way from school. And as soon as we knew school was canceled, what's the first thing we always did, Mike? We called each other. All right, when are we going out to Stony Creek? We're going sledding at Stony Creek.
We're going to go knock out some...
to go to
I'm sorry, I stole your thunder.
We're going sledding.
We're going sledding. We're going to take out kids at the bottom of the hill. Get off the hill, you morons.
Dude, I had one incident. I got taken out hardcore.
Dude, I've been taken out too. I mean, probably got concussions from that.
Whole family. Steel.
Whole immigrant family. Jimmy just took them all out.
Man.
I mean, there was like 7 of them on that thing. And I'm just at the bottom of the hill, and here they come.
Here's the UFP's PS public service announcement. If you're at the bottom of a hill, a sledding hill, get the off to the side, because the train's coming through, you little yahoos. Yeah. Holy cow. These kids that go to the bottom of the hill and they stand there like, hey, Mom, did you see me go down the hill? Yeah, I saw you go down the hill. Now get the hell out of the way, because I'm going to run you over.
I will say...
One of my favorite days, though, man.
I learned this over the last couple of years. When it comes to canceling overnight, and I agree with you, Mike, 100%. It shouldn't be done, everything there, but one of the things we didn't have when we were in school, and we're only 50 years old. I don't feel like we're 90 when I say this. Parents could leave us alone, probably at 4th grade, 6th grade, you were left alone, 8th grade maybe. Yeah. Nowadays, parents don't leave the kids home alone at all. And they're afraid, their parents are paranoid, and just rightly so. Kids are idiots most of the time these days. But when you cancel school at 5:30 in the morning, and all of a sudden now a parent has to change their entire schedule around, that's the only, and I feel weird saying that, but it's true. Like, that's why they do it, I think.
Kids are soft.
We're raising a nation of squibs. I do agree with you.
Goes back to Brady, right? What are we teaching kids? What are we teaching kids?
Mm-hmm.
All right, no more
exactly. All right. Well, we've run into an hour and a half, our short episode.
Again?
Exactly. But I'm going to say it this week. I've got some work I'm doing. Yes. I think I may have found a job. I'll give more in depth later for you guys.
Awesome.
Next week I'll talk about it more. So I'm actually doing some work this week. I actually get to get out of the house for 5 of the days.
What's going
to happen to UFP now?
Boy, I got a lot of work to do tonight. Jimmy.
Yes, best of luck.
What are your plans?
Probably just procrastinating. I got nothing. My go-to, but try to get some more Christmas shopping done.
That was dread, Michael. That was dread.
I went to Guitar Center this morning, one of my favorite stores.
Yeah, that's Jimmy's favorite place in the world.
Ooh.
Buy yourself a present?
Well, it's funny you should mention that. So I was shopping for a certain individual, got them something pretty cool. And then, of course, I can't leave that store without buying something for myself. So I ended up buying myself a new.
Whoa! Is that a new mic?
A new mic stand.
It's a boom stand.
Oh, nice,
dude.
It's.
I know what's on my Christmas list.
Yeah. So I did that, and just so the followers that want to know, I didn't get it from Amazon.
Yeah.
Amazon did reach out to me though through text and email, and were disappointed in me.
Yeah. How dare you not buy from Amazon?
I responded in the basement.
Absolutely.
What about you guys?
What are you up to?
Actually, this is probably the first week in a long time upcoming that I really don't have any major travel going. I've got a couple of new product demos we're going to be doing in a couple different accounts middle of the week. And then we're actually a lot of my accounts will shutter down Friday at noon, take the week of Christmas off, take the week of between Christmas and New Year's off, and then get right back into it January 5th. I think that's that Monday.
Yeah.
So this is one of the perks, I guess you would say, of the marine industry. The holidays are probably the slowest time of year in general. Yeah. I don't want to say completely to a halt, but many accounts will, as a perk to their employees, will give them the 2 weeks off between Christmas and New Year's, which is a really nice perk, by the way.
Well-deserved.
Yeah, well-desered, exactly. To a T, every single one of my accounts, these guys, blood, sweat, tears all year long. You guys work a whole heck of a lot harder than I do and deserve the time off a whole heck of a lot more than I do. So it's well-deserved time off, and it'll be nice for them to regroup, regenerate, and get ready for 2026.
So there are two things I forgot. This week, Wednesday, marks the Trinity Lutheran Christmas pageant that Charlotte will be in. And not only that, guys.
When is it again?
Wednesday. She is the understudy. She is an understudy for a solo lines that she gets to talk. So big deal for a third grader.
Yes.
And I want to wish an early happy birthday to my wife, Kathy, tomorrow. She's going to be 28 years old, I think, again tomorrow.
Wow.
So Kathy's
happy birthday, Kathy.
December 15th.
Happy birthday to you.
Want to wish her happy birthdays.
Absolutely.
That being said, guys, I want to say thank you to everybody for all of the following us, liking us. One of the big things, as we mentioned, got a lot of followers, and we really appreciate it after Facebook and then on Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube. So thank you guys so much. Want to say,
hey, Miller, real quick.
Yeah.
For Kathy's birthday, you gonna hand wash your car for her?
Yep. I'm gonna be out in a bikini tomorrow, washing that car.
Whopping 13.1 degrees out right now.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thank you guys so much. Mike, Jimmy, good to see you guys.
I just got another notification that somebody commented on that Notre Dame post from last week. So it's a gift that keeps on giving.
Dude, it just keeps going.
It just doesn't stop.
We'll share some more Notre Dame stuff with you guys tonight. So thank you guys again. Go Notre Dame, except in hockey when you're playing Western Michigan, and then go Notre Dame in basketball.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys, so much. Merry Christmas early to everybody. And
see you guys. Everybody have a good week. Stay warm.
Yeah. Later, dudes.
Absolutely. All right, guys.
See you later.
And thank you so much.